Alright guys, I'm down here this morning working on my 5-inch drone. It's raining today, so there's no flying, and so I had a great idea last night. I want a 5-inch, but I would love to run my 3-inch parts in it. So I got the idea of why not use the main body here of a 3-inch and just add 5-inch arms to it, to where I can run all my guts out of my 3-inch and put some 2207 motors out there on it. I ought to have something then. And but then after I went to tracing it out on here, then I got to thinking, well damn, I really need a little bit extra length on the body, because of that 1300 LiPo I run. It sticks off the ass end of the battery of the quad a little bit because I run a GoPro. So then it hit me, the Nazgul body, there's the bottom plate off of Nazgul. It is exactly the same thickness as the body of this little 3-inch. So I just traced it out instead onto the big 5-inch frame that I used. I had a bottom plate. Let me show you it. I have this frame here. The frame is good, all except for I don't have a top plate for it. I broke it into a bunch of pieces because it was so tiny, so thin. But anyway, this was the template I used. I'm just going to have a solid bottom plate. I draw it out from my 5-inch arms, but then instead of then I put this on there and traced it out, and then wiped away all the markings and ended up with this. And then what I'll do is I'm going to use the bolt pattern out of this one onto there, so I can put my little 3-inch parts out, because all these holes were for 2020 stacks. So I'm hoping it'll turn out great. The only problem is this plate, I tried and tried to cut it with a jigsaw and it just won't do it. So I've ended up having to use my mill, and it's going to take forever, and I don't even know if I'm actually going to be able to do it or not, because all these curves, I mean, this is an old hand mill. It's hard to get this right. So I don't know how well it'll turn out, but we're going to do our best. Yeah, it may work. I believe it's going to work, guys. It's just going to take a long time. I'm finally done with it, or pretty much done with it. The standoffs are not right. I'm either going to make some or order me some. These are too tall, but it'll work for now. First thing we're going to do is weigh it like it was fully built, with battery and everything on it, and then I'll take all that junk off and show you the frame. Right now I just got all that stuff stuck on it. Let me show you. We've got our 1300 LiPo on it. I already know what, if I weigh it with the GoPro, I mean with the Runcam 5 on it, it weighs more than my little scale weighs. So I weighed it already, and it weighs 54 grams. So we'll add that to it when we get done. But we got 4 motors on it. We got a camera. We got I've got it made to run a 20x20 stack. So we've got a 20x20 stack in there. We've got a VTX, and we got a antenna, and we got the 4 motors. So, and it's an aluminum frame. So let's weigh it. Okay. $622 grams. That's fully built, like it would be built. And actually it's going to be lighter than that, because the camera I'm running that I'm going to put in this thing is lighter than that camera that's in it now. The VTX is a whole lot lighter, and I think the motors will be a little lighter. So we're probably going to save 20-30 grams right there. But right now it's showing 622 grams. And I know the RunCam 5 is 54 grams, so let's add that up. Let's see here. 622 plus 54 equals 676 grams. Okay, I'm actually tickled with that, guys, because heck for 676 grams, my Marmotte, my Armatan Marmotte up there, it weighs 702 grams. With the battery and camera in it. My Rooster, it weighs 670 grams. So, and my Nazgul weighs 627. So I'm right in there. I'm right at the right of all my other quads. And this thing has an aluminum frame and it's thick. And we're fixing to look at that now. Let me take all this crap off. Alright guys, here's the frame. I basically made it off of the design of the Nazgul 5. Only I made things a little skinnier because this is aluminum and it's pretty thick. I originally was going to make the bottom here shorter like my 3-inch, but I got to thinking about it, and with my GoPro on there and my battery stuck out way past my quad, so I decided to just go on with the Nazgul bottom and just make it a little narrower. That way it would accommodate my lipo better. I think I'm going to like this. I got plenty of standoffs in it. I made sure of that. They just need to be shorter, and a lot shorter actually, because I got a tiny little stack going in there, 45 amp stack, and a little tiny camera and a little tiny VTX. So, but then I'm going to be putting these Zing, I got some Zing Unibell premium motors for it coming. Some 2207, 2750 kV motors, I think. Anyway, somebody's sending them to me. So, it's going to be sweet, guys. And, as you can see, I put some holes in this one. I got the holes for my stack right here in the center. So my stack will go here, and my VTX and buzzer will probably go here. Probably won't be nothing back here in the back. I don't know. So I like it, guys. Turned out great. Now let's get some measurements on it. The top plate is 3.1 millimeters thick, so it's 3 millimeter top plate, aluminum. The bottom plate is all one piece, and it's 9.5 millimeters thick. So 3 millimeter top plate, 9.5 millimeter bottom plate. Now let's see how thick the arms are. Yeah, all the arms are about 13.5 millimeters thick. So, what did I say? 9.5 millimeters tall, 13.5 millimeters wide on the arms. I did make a few mistakes when I was building this thing. Somehow or another I got my motor screws off on this one, and I had to end up drilling 2 sets of motor screws. I don't know how I did it, but I did. So, but the rest of them are right. And somehow or another I got these 2 holes wrong and the opposites ones wrong. I had these off upward and these off downward, so it made me have to drill another set of holes and kind of slot them. So now I got to run some washers on them because my standoffs are trying to go through the holes. But other than that, it turned out great. I'm really happy with it. It is extremely strong. I'm talking about, this dude is a tank. I'm loving it, guys. I can't wait to try this one out. Man, I wished I had some different standoffs. I tried making some, and they break. When you try to make something this small for a little tiny screw, they just break when you try to thread it. So I don't know. I may just have to stay with these. Oh man, I'm just loving it. This is the last damn one I'm making right here. I've got a 3" now. 2 of them actually. One of them's going to somebody though. There's 2 people wanting it, so somebody's going to get it. And I got this 5". And actually I plan on taking my 3" guts out of the 3" and putting it in this 5". But just because I just want one like that. I'm just going to keep my old frame, and maybe someday I'll build it back. I don't know. If I had plenty of parts, I'd have everything built, but I don't. Hell, this one right here is down because it's hard as hell to put the bell on this thing, or the clip. My rooster is over there in the box with a broke arm. The only one left flying is the Marmotte, and I don't got a GoPro mount on it, so and it's been raining the last few days anyway, so I ain't flew. I would have to say this one looks better because I've got my initials and everything carved into it, and I don't know, it just looks, it's got all the TPU and everything on it. It just looks sharper. But this one, they're both tanks, but I don't think this one would bend or break. I don't care how hard you crashed it. And I don't know about this one because it's got such long arms. But I don't expect it to. Not as thick as it is. And I'm really surprised. I thought it was going to weigh a lot more than it did, but it doesn't. So, hell, I'm just rambling. I get excited when I make something, guys. I have to tell everybody. And y'all probably don't give a shit. Chris Justice, you was wanting this one, and I thought you might end up with it, but I don't know. Thomas Anderson wanted this one. He wanted this one made. That's the reason I made it with CR1 in it. This is right to his specifications what he wanted, and that's the reason it's built like it is. But then I thought he had backed out of the deal because he didn't reply to my comment. But then later he said he did reply to the comment, that it just got lost or something. I don't know. And he acted like the deal was still on, so I sent him my email, and we'll see. If it falls through, you'll get it. If it don't, then he gets it, because he wanted it first. And I ain't fixing to, you know, since he wanted it first, I'm not going back on my word. And if I have to, I'll make you another one, brother. I got enough for one more frame down there. So, but I got to take a few days off from making these things. It's about to kill me. I've been working all day from pretty much sun up to sundown, and sometimes after dark. It's like 11 o'clock now, and I ain't been in the house but like 2 hours. And I got up early this morning, went down, started working on it. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. I say you can do any damn thing you want to if you set your mind to it, and you got access to tools and the internet. Because if you don't know how to do something, you can look it up on the internet and find out how. Most of shit like this I already know how to do because I know how to metal work, and I'm kind of like a jack of all trades and a master of none. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next video.